What's up guys, I'm Chase Brogan, and today in this video we are diving straight into the Kamrui Hyper H2 Mini PC. Now this thing may be small, but it's packing some legit power underneath the hood. First off, we've got the Intel Core 14450HX processor that's giving you 10 cores, 16 threads, and speeds up to 4.8 gigahertz. Now this is paired with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. We have a 512 gigabyte M.2 NVMe SSD installed within here running Windows 11, and we also for graphics have the Intel UHD graphics, which makes for a great option for productivity, streaming, everyday multitasking, and of course gaming, which is what we're going to put it to the test with today. So we're going to unbox this, we'll take a look at the layout, design of the mini PC, and then we're going to fire it up, dive into some games, and see what the performance is like on here. Alright, so we've got the mini PC sitting here on top. We're going to set that aside just for the time being. Let's go a little bit further inside here. First off, we've got our user manual right here. I always like to just comb through this. So it walks through your quick installation there, how to set this up, what cables to connect, where to connect them to. Shows you how you can actually mount this on the backside of a monitor. And it looks like it repeats itself in a bunch of different languages here. So we'll go ahead and set that aside. Let's dive a little bit further into the packaging. So we have another compartment down here at the bottom. And I think the best way is just to kind of flip it over like so. So let's go into these two compartments here and see what's waiting for us. Alright, so right here we have our mounting bracket. So if you want to install this on the backside of a monitor or maybe even inside of a arcade cabinet, you can easily do so with this. We have HDMI cable right here. We have part of our power supply cable. This is one part. I imagine the other part is right inside here. And then we have some set screws and screws that we can actually go ahead and secure SSDs internally in here if we want to expand upon the storage. So always good to hold on to those. Let's open up the other box. Perfect. And as expected, this is the other part of our power supply cable. So this end, which plugs into your power outlet, is going to connect over to this side like so. And then this end plugs directly into the back side of the mini PC. So we've got our cables here. Now it's time to dive into the mini PC itself. All right, guys, take a look at this. This is a very sleek design, very modern looking mini PC, very compact as well, and also lightweight. So I have seen very similar designs from Kamrui in the past. They have a couple models that look just like this, but of course, pay close attention to the specs because the specs differ in terms of the graphics, as well as, of course, the Intel processors. So going off of the front panel located right here, we of course have our power button over here. We have our audio jack connection, so you can bring headphones into the mix very easily. We have two USB 3 ports, and then we have a USB 4 Type-C port, all located on the front panel. So I love that. Taking a look at both side panels here, they're pretty much identical. We have some great ventilation here. Now, if we twist this all the way around to the back side, now this is what I think is the real win. We've got an HDMI port all the way over here. We've got a display port over here. We've got 4 USB 3 ports on here, which is incredible. We don't typically see that on mini PCs. We usually get 2 in the front, 2 in the back. We've got a total of, between the front and the back, all of which are USB 3 ports, we've got 6. That's probably the most I've seen on a mini PC, so I love that. Down here we have our power supply cable connection, so we'll go ahead and provide that cable connection there to actually power the unit on. And then underneath this little yellow sticker here is our Ethernet connection, which I'm not going to be using Ethernet today. Let me see if I can, there's nothing really exciting hiding underneath here, but let me at least peel it back for you guys here if I can. There you go. You guys can take a little quick peek in there, but yeah, it's just an Ethernet cable connection. Nothing too exciting there, but of course something that I would definitely be using if I was live streaming from this. But for what I'm going to be doing today, I'm not too worried about it. Wi-Fi will be more than enough. Now if we go down to the bottom side, you'll notice that we have ventilation right here as well, and it's hard to see on video, but because I'm here in person, I can actually look inside the grate here and I can see that we have a cooling fan right underneath here. We also have 2 holes right here for our mounting bracket, so if you wanted to, again, install this via the mounting bracket on the backside of a monitor, you can easily go ahead and do that. So we've walked through everything that this has to offer externally. Now it's time to go ahead and fire this up and test it out.
Any chance I could get you to teach me some of your tricks? It's the final corner. Keep it up.
All right, guys, we checked out the H2 mini PC right here from Kamrui. And first off, I want to talk about the layout and design of the product. Now, very lightweight, very compact, nice sleek design here. It looks very nice on a mantle, looks great on your desk. So I'm a big fan of the curb appeal here. The cooling is something I also want to make mention of. The cooling on here is exceptional. Obviously, you saw me gaming on here. Now, for me to give you guys just the few minutes of gameplay demos here, I actually test this for several hours. And I try to just focus on the more demanding titles and emulators here so you guys can see what the performance is like. Now, in doing that, I've put this to the test now for the last 2 hours. And this isn't even warm to the touch. So we have an efficient cooling system and a very quiet cooling system. I would say, in fact, it's completely... I would say that there's no sound at all coming from this, to the point where if you didn't have it on screen, you wouldn't even know that it's powered on. So very good cooling, and you can see the bottom here. It's hard to see through the grate, obviously, but the cooling fan inside here is about the same size as this circle here. So it's a good size cooling fan built into this. Now, in terms of port options, I'm always somebody that's looking for USB 3 ports because I use them for everything. My mouse, my keyboard that I have right here, my controller, flash drives for bringing in new games. I even used an external hard drive to bring the games in here on Launchbox to demo everything today. So right there, I eat up about 5 USB-A ports, and a lot of mini PCs don't have 5 USB-A ports. This one has 6. We have 2 in the front, as you can see right here on the front panel. We have 4 additional USB 3 ports on the back side. There's no USB 2s on here. And we also have the USB 4, which is Type-C, obviously, and that's going to give us display capabilities. That's one of 3 display capabilities that this offers. We have the USB 4 port in the front. We also have the display port and HDMI port on the back side. So does that matter for gamers? Maybe, probably not. But for streamers, for video editors, for anybody that's looking to use this as a home office or regular office PC, that's a solid home run right there. So, big fan of the layout and design. Now let's talk about performance. Processor's very good. Graphics, they're good, they're not great. UHD graphics, you know, they're not super high end. But we were able to still get into everything retro on here. We got into Gamecube, we got into Xbox, we got into Wii U, we got into Nintendo Switch, PS2, PS3. I I mean, this can handle everything, but you do see some graphic limitations with certain titles. PS3, for example, I see minor screen tearing. Is it still playable? 100%. There's no lags or anything like that. The processor's still getting through the game perfectly, but you do see little screen tearing here and there. You do see a lack of sharpness sometimes to the graphics. So that's definitely one of the limitations, and that's going to keep you out of certain titles, I would say. So that's definitely one of the limitations. AAA gaming, not possible on here, and that's due to the processor and the graphics. It's just not meant for that. It's not powerful enough or strong enough to get you through any AAA games, in my opinion. You may be able to get into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, something like that. That's kind of like a throwback modern day title, not super demanding by any means. So at the end of the day, would I recommend this for gamers? I would recommend it for gamers if you're also going to use this as a home office PC, as a office PC, if you're going to use this for video editing, if you're going to use this for multitasking, then this is a solid option. I don't know that I'd get this strictly for gaming because of those graphic limitations, but if you're pairing it with other uses, this is a solid option. And currently, there's a sale bringing it down to $459. So let me know what you guys think about the price point. Let me know what you guys think about the performance that you saw, the layout and design. Hit me up in the comments. You guys know the deal. To get additional information on this, click the pinned comment on this video or the description links to get that information. Thank you so much for the support. Be sure to give me a thumbs up on the video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.